Welcome to this Zentangle Quickie. My name is Heather Hartwick Gladden. I'm a certified Zentangle teacher. And today we're going to take a look at the Tangle burr from CZT Julie Isaac. So this is another neat snowflakey type of tangle, although depending on how you decided to decorate it, I think it could take on some different looks. So we're going to just do the basics, and then I highly encourage you to take a look at the For More Inspiration link, and that will take you to see Julie's work. And she, on her step out, she has a ton of ways that you could decorate this, and so highly encourage you taking a look at that. But I like to just get the basics for us here. All right, this one starts off with an X. An X, however, which way you want to draw it. And then she just has this crossing once through, and I probably should have made my X. No, that's all right. As I was playing with this, I was finding to follow her directions, her step outs, I needed to make the X maybe taller so that way these are more spread out. But as you know, in Zentangle, nothing matters. Just following the step out as best you can and then getting creative with it. All right, so once you have this, then at the end of each spoke, we're going to draw essentially two straight lines, or a V, whichever way you want to think about it, just above, almost like we're drawing arrows. And I like this one because it's super easy, and you can have so much fun with it. All right, so then from here, we're going to take each end of those, well, I guess it would be an upside, depending on which way you look at it, an upside down V or a V, and we're going to bring those in to that center point there. So right into that intersection. This is one I'm almost thinking that if your lines aren't straight, you know, so like the more imperfect, the more perfect type of thing, just from looking at Julie's step out, and I was like, oh, look at that, looks so neat. It's so free looking. And so this is neat. And I think, oh, you could draw a little flux here, a little flux there, and make it look like a butterfly. But actually, from here, this is the tangle. So this is where she ends it, and then says, oh, here's all kinds of things that you can do with it. Now, on my step out, and I think I'm going to, just because it's bothering me, I'm going to put another line through here, because there's just too much of a gap. And I'm going to do the same, so we'll repeat one. And I'm going to put that in the middle. Now, I'm also thinking, oh, could so play with the distances, so like having some longer, some shorter. I know she had that on there. Also, let's see. You know, first thing I'm going to do, just in the spirit of playing, on my step out, I did one thing that I liked. Actually, it's from a couple of things that she did. So on my step out, you'll see the last one where I say have fun, and you do that where you can see that and then play with it. So I'm going to do something different here, because I liked how she did a little diamond on some of these at the end. You know, and of course, I mean, you could do an orb, you can do whatever, you could just leave it the way it is. Well, that one's just going to go, oh, you know what? Since that was going to go on the inside, then I think what I will do is fill it in. That's, you know, one of the fun things with this, right, is having that ability to play, and then do course corrections. And this isn't, I don't know, I could have, oh gosh, I could have just drawn the line straight through all of them, but I thought, well, it's a nice difference to have something that's filled in. just my personal view on that. I like to, it's just nice. It adds some contrast, just kind of like shading. Because a couple of these, I had the lines go through. And that's fun. And then I think, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to add just some lines coming out in between. Oops. And then this one, that one didn't quite go long enough. There we go. So that's kind of neat. And then, you could add some orbs, whatever you want to it. Now let's see. While we're playing for a minute, gosh, that's really neat. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to add some shading just into the base. So as you can see, I'm scribbling. And then, here we go. I'm going out into these, they almost look like crystals. And actually on my step out, which again is something that was inspired by what Julie did on hers, I made it look a little bit more like a crystal, so you could have even more fun with that. Ooh, and if you think of the Tangle anthem, which actually, and I do have a video on that, and if you decide to take a look, it looks like a crystal, but read the information on it, because it's actually was inspired by a form of jellyfish, and so it's really interesting. Oh, see, so that looks like an explosion. Oh, and look at I totally didn't. Actually, you know what? It kind of looks neat, not having one diamond not filled in. You're probably all going, fill that one in, fill it in. So anyway, and the sky is the limit. However you might want to decorate this, decorate it. And this is what I meant by, it could look snowflakey, or it could look like, hey, this is a celebration, and it's a party, and and this is an explosion, type of firework or something. So I love that about Zentangle. We can take one tangle, and just depending on what we pair it with, and lots of things, that they can just that's what non-representational is, right? And so it's just really, really neat that we can do that and have some fun. And as I was looking in the camera, I'm like, that's not quite even. I had a little, where is it? Right there. Still, all right, hold on a second. I must not have spread that out. Okay, there we go. So anyway, really neat tangle, and I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, would love to have a like, share, subscribe, all of that. And if you'd like to take a look at online classes or something, my website is also on the description section below the step outs. Would love to have you join me for a Thursday Tangle time. I do occasional other days. I do have some, most of them are free, but I do have some that are paid, because I do have to keep the lights on, and keep myself in pens, So anyway, if you'd like to connect, information is there on my website. And with that, thanks again so much for watching, and I wish you happy tangling.